again. And Z, just listen for my voice as much as you can, because I hate talking over you. It's rude. If you hear me interrupt, I'm just going to bring an agent perspective. So go back to the beginning, and from the beginning, Z, specify which is the agent screen and which is the ICA screen. And let's go through the process again, and I'll interject, okay? Jen, you might want to come over here, because I'm going to stand here and you're not going to see, love. Patrick, can you see back from back there if I stand here, okay? Yes? Connor? Okay.
Okay, so this is our ICA screen on the right, and this is our agent screen on the left. And ICA basically find a lead on a map in certain regions on the map, and then click on it and start the process.
So let me just interject there from the start. You notice there's what's called a tab bar at the bottom of the app. Is there a way of moving this so that they can see? This control bar, I think you can drag it to the top of the screen temporarily. You have to right click it, I think, and drag it. No? Okay, so you see at the bottom this tab bar? I wish you could see it. Somebody got it? Huh? Do you have it on your app? Can I see? You can see it on Zoom? All right, let me just see real quick. Thanks. So you notice at the bottom, leads. This is a really easy way when you're doing your follow-up and so on. Just jump on your leads and sort through your leads very, very quickly. I get lost on apps sometimes. I don't like that, getting lost. So we try to make your repositioning really easy. If you're like, oh my gosh, I just came out of a restaurant, it was super noisy, I wonder if I missed a notification, then tap on your notifications, right? Maybe you could do that real quick, Zishan, just show this. So your leads, tap on your leads, bottom left. It's right down here. Tap on it, Zishan. Okay, you're on ICA. Can you go to agent? Look, see over here? Go down bottom left, please. No, I didn't want you to do that. Go back. Go to the bottom left on the toolbar, bottom left. There you go. Toolbar, bottom left. Doesn't that show all your leads?
Yes.
Okay, there you go, right? Now, if you go back now to your profile, can you go back to the profile? Right? You can also see your leads differently in scrolling form right here. Do you all get the difference? And this is going to help you in your management. So if you're going somewhere, if I was going somewhere, Rachel, I would immediately go down to my leads at the bottom. I would go to the map. I would pinch or squeeze the map and see who there is close to where I'm going, so I use my time more wisely. That's the functionality. Or if I wanted to scroll through them and get more familiar with them by name, I would go to this scroll right here. Can you go back to the center scroll under assignments? So this is a different way of seeing it. And now go to view all. I don't know what. There you go. So now it's populating differently, right? And you can tap on each one of these. And here you can immediately see what status they're in and so on and so forth. I know for me, because I drove so many miles for so many years, the idea that I'm going to Palm Springs or I'm going to Anaheim, and I go to the bottom, click on map, and I can immediately see all my people, I would use it all the time. So I'm just sharing with you ideas. Now, let's go back to profile. Tell them how to go back to profile from this screen.
You can again tap on this button, and it will take you back to the profile, because it is a normal Apple behavior. If you are in Apple ecosystem, everybody knows that if we are in another screen, and if we tap it again, it will take us to the root view of that tab.
Right. Same thing with notifications at the bottom. What's this center dot on the tablet? Yeah. Search. So go to search. So I like this as well. So this is all about lead management. And again, I was never the guy just to go to the next one, the next one, the next one. I was always, this is what I've done my whole career. And again, I'm sorry to repeat it, but it's a behavior of a successful person. I would go in early to Coldwell Banker in 1991, and early in the morning, I would sort through all of my customers. Then I would go to the Blue Book, and I would find properties for them. Then I would go to the copier and copy the blue book. Then I would go to the fax machine and fax the copies. And then I would go to the phone and call them. You with me? So now here's that same individual saying, you know, it's not quite that difficult. So you come in and you say, I would manage my book by going, I need at least to search all of my appointment set, make sure I didn't meet anybody. So go up to your search status. You can search, or let's say Jenny calls you and says, hey, I sent you a lead a couple of days ago. You're going to go up to search. Okay, yeah, I went too fast. I'm sorry. Go to search by ICA. See, Sean? Yeah. So this is super cool that you can go in here, scroll the ICAs. You're talking to Jenny. She says, I sent you this lead a couple of days ago. What happened? Boom, you search it. It's going to pop up. Now you can answer the ICA. Similarly, probably even more important to you, you want to search by customer name or customer phone. You can do it right here. By the way, I find even searching in Zillow, it's erratic. Have you found that? That it's difficult sometimes to find? I mean, it is what it is. So phone number is usually better than name. You get one letter wrong or whatever, right? So go in and search by phone number. A client calls you or whatever, you know, Jenny calls you about a client, search by phone number. What I would use most is search by status. This tool here is extremely valuable in making sure you're not just trying to get that next lead. Look at your appointment set, look at your offers made. You just saw with Lourdes, who's a great agent. Did you see we went to appointment set? She had like 42 appointments. How's she doing that? She's having a baby in 6 weeks. So she doesn't have 42 appointments, does she? So you get my point. So she can now go into her 42 appointments and reset those people or communicate with those people. And it's people she's forgotten. She's not a bad agent. It's just life. You get it? So this sorting mechanism is extremely valuable for you. For me, when you're in the office, sort by your statuses and create a plan. When you're on the road, sort by map. I would use the map much more on the road than I would use this. With me? Okay. So this is all your tab bar at the bottom. What's the fourth one across? I should have it committed to memory and I don't. Okay, chat. So now you can have a look at all of your chats, right? Okay. Individual groups, we can explain that later. And then on the fourth bar across on the right, please, the last one on the tab bar. What did that one say? Profile. Great, of course. So now you're dancing around looking at all the major functionalities. Now let's go back to assigning a lead. So if you would, buddy, I'm going to let you take over again. That was a long interruption. So in comes that lead. By the way, you can't see it on here because we don't want to mess with Zillow's database right now. But when you're live and operating the leads live, the ICA sees the lead come in, and the first lead, the most recent lead that came in has a round red circle around it. So it's like this target that makes it really easy for the ICAs. When you deliver the baby with us, third trimester, and a customer comes in, you will see this, and you'll see a red circle around it, and it'll be the most recent. So it immediately pops out to you. Does that make sense? Okay, so in this instance, you don't see the red circle. Trust me, it's there in the technology. And now he's going to do the assignment. So let's do it. So think of
Okay.
Yep.
So I go to the map here in this region near Anaheim, and I click this lead. I want to assign this lead to someone. I can see Veronica, Scott, Habiba, Steve, and Ron are nearby.
Oh, by the way, I want to say something here. Go back, bro. Go back. Look at this. I'd like you to just squeeze in for a second, zoom in for a minute. Yeah, too much. Go back out a little bit. I want to show the details on the agents. Yeah. So for the ICAs here, they can go in and see really quickly the names of the agents. And in some of the screens, they can actually see very, very quickly how far away you are by kilometers and how far away you are by minutes. So think about it. Yeah, think about it from a management perspective, right? So when you ask Andy, should I turn my phone on and off? You know, and you have the sovereignty to choose, but this is a very practical business management tool. Okay. Think about it for emergency doctors and somebody who's bleeding out on the freeway. and you know within 16 seconds how far away a doctor is. Yeah, we're not going to stop with real estate. That's why it's called kind one technology, not kind one real estate. So
It ain't you.
I actually, so here's the crazy thing. So in German, kind is a German word, and the word in German is Kind. Das ist mein Kind. Du bist mein Kind. And Kind in German is child. Child one, this is our first child. That's how we got there. Okay, so there it is. All right, so let's go back, Z. So he's picked the lead. Now he's going to assign the leads. Let's go back to the process.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm here. This is the button I need to press in order to initiate the process. I can see the details about the lead and everything. We can call the customer, we can email them, and I can see the notes. So right now, I will press this button. It will take me to the map, ask me about the appointment date and time. I'll choose a date and time,
That's me. I'm sorry.
and then I will choose, like this time I will choose the nearest agent part so that I'm seeing the nearest agent nearby me. Let's find the agents nearby. The same agents will be shown on the map with more details of them.
Stop. You see this? So underneath this, the ICA can see that you got a 70% score, that you've got 6 out of the 20, you've been assigned 6 out of your quota of 26 for the month. So we're going to set quotas for everybody based on their performance and see how many you've gotten out of your quota. So in real time, at a second, the ICAs can see, think of it as a management tool for all these giant teams around the country. Right? Okay? Everybody's going, oh my gosh, I need to start.
Let's get to work.
Right?
Go.
Right? All right, keep going, Z. You're doing great, man.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I will choose couple of agents in it, Veronica, and then the agent on the left-hand side I've logged in. I must send her a lead request so that I can accept as well. Here you are. And then I will choose some other ones.
The ICA is now choosing who they're going to send it to, right?
So I added a couple of agents who I want to send this lead invitation to. Here, bottom, I can see their names.
That was
And
Dave
then,
a minute ago. Do you see how he went from one to the other and then added people in? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So I'm gonna press the send invite to agents button, and oh,
Oh, we just hit a bug. It's okay.
It is. Yeah.
Just send that to it. Yeah, there you go. So you see this, Jenny? He's actually doing what you're doing. He's feeling the pressure of what you do every day right now. I bet he's sweating. I bet you're sweating, Zishan.
Jenny can handle it. Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna send an invite. I hope this time it works. It will. Oh, come on.
It's okay. So there's some minor error that's happening there. Don't worry about it. We've tested hundreds of times. I know what it is, actually. It's because that agent hasn't activated. That's why. So just log out of there for a sec. Can you do it with, can you send it to Lourdes just to make it easy? Oh, I see. So this is the wonderful world of Dev, that he's sending it to somebody who isn't logged in and therefore they're not going to show. So that's a great illustration of, hey, make sure you're logged into your app, right? Or you're not going to show. So that being logged in is really important. Even though you're not going to be active at times, you're going to be logged in. Because we're completely blind to you if you're not logged in. There's a data point for you for what office you work for, but that's it.
So let's start again. Let's find this lead, Martha Winland. Start the process, select the dates, choose this option nearby, find agents nearby, choose 1, 2 here, and then
There we go. So Lourdes got her push notification. Somebody asked yesterday, if you select 3 agents, do the other agents get a push notification that says you did not get awarded the lead? And yes, they do. Yeah. So you'll know right away. You're not like, damn it, Lourdes got it again. Lourdes, what are you? You see what the ICA sees here, right? And so once Lourdes accepts it, go ahead, bud.
now I'm gonna choose my notification, click
here.
on it, and it will show me the location, the price tag, and the ICA who invited me, and the location of this property, and then the appointment date and time as well. And then on the right-hand side, as an ICA, I can see all the invitations that are pending. Nobody has accepted, Justin, Lourdes, and Michelle. Let me accept from here, and on real time, on the right-hand side, it should update.
Boom, there she is.
And then I'm gonna assign this lead to Lourdes, and Michelle is here as well.
See?
So let's assign this to Michelle, and let's assign this lead, and she will get a notification that a lead is assigned to her, and I got a notification that since I accepted this lead is assigned to someone else. Just to know, to let our guys know that this is what happened. So now she has the lead and I don't have a lead, but I did get a push notification that I missed that chance. So here we go.
Understands
And
that,
you-
right? I think it's pretty straightforward, that process. Let's wrap this up by going back to the profile. And I'll tell you a couple more things on the profile and we'll release you, okay? Go back to the profile, would you, real quick? So obviously you can see here, here's your name, here's your areas of preference, here's your score. That scoring, that's a major function. So it's one of the major functions developing over the next 4 to 6 weeks. First of all, that function is mechanical. And after mechanical, it goes to AI. So I just give you this as a piece of information. If I'm boring you, I'm sorry, but I just love this stuff. So mechanical is based on a sum total of data. So if you do something, if you're offered something 10 times, you do it 2 times, you add up the 10, you add up the 2, it's 20%. It's a mechanical calculation. So we're basing the scores on, like Zillow, on a mechanical calculation. However, I wanted to take it to the next level, which is the way artificial intelligence works. Artificial intelligence has a database. If it's a language piece, it's called an LLM, a large language model. So you have this huge database of language. And you then train by a series of, and if I'm saying this wrong, Zishan, interrupt me, but you train your bot, if you like, by a series of queries, a series of instructions. They're called queries or instructions or prompts. And how you write the prompts determines the end result. All right? So, for example, I'll give you a quick example of that. When I do a blog in ChatGPT, like all the blogs you see on GoWP now, the blogs were my idea. But I will write the blog and then put notes into ChatGPT with very specific queries. Please create this in language that's colloquial but not casual. To a viewer who's potentially between 25 and 55 years old. This must be completely inclusive of all types and preferences of human beings. I want it to be inspirational and informative. I want the reader to be motivated, but I don't want them to feel pushed around. Do it in 350 words and break it into 4 paragraphs. That's a query. And that's how I use ChatGPT every day. You hear me at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm doing this stuff. Right. So now come back to this. So we're going to have an enormous amount of data on thousands of leads and thousands of agents who process those leads. And so the idea is, how do we benefit the customer that they don't get catfished? How do we benefit the customer that they really feel good about who they meet? So the scoring will at first be mechanical. We will collect that data, and each time Doug collects taps BAMFAM, if he has 50 leads and does 5 BAMFAMs, he's at a 10% BAMFAM rate. Now, we can register that here by view all, and you can see these categories. What I believe is more powerful is not just that. By the way, I have to say something. Am I boring everybody right now, or is this interesting? Look, the issue that I have with Zillow's process of doing this is that people get stuck in certain statuses. We even call it stuck status. Lourdes has 45 people she's showing homes to. Is she? Is she a great agent? So she just forgot to move some of them around and whatever. So then Zillow management comes to me and says, why have you got so many people showing appointments and you don't have enough offers? And the truthful answer is, well, because we're not really showing them appointments. But you don't want to say that because you look like an idiot. So the scheduling calendar that we're putting in here, if something sits in an appointment for a certain period of time, it will create a prompt within it that goes back to the agent that says, move the status. If the agent doesn't move the status, they'll be paused from accepting new leads.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So-
Keep everyone accountable and on top of their job. I mean, it's just, it's.
And the idea isn't like this dictatorial process. It's just like, hey, you said you were in this business. You've got 40 people who are stuck. Let us help you. Now, there's a management override there that if you, like Lourdes, and she's having a baby, and she had 40 of them and they weren't done, and she talked to Kathy, and Kathy would override the pause and say, can you please do that in 2 weeks? But it brings it to your attention, oh my gosh, I'm really not handling my book of business appropriately, right? Which will train us all to do better, not in a punitive way, but in an inspirational way. Now, so everything we're talking about right now is mechanical. What's the difference with artificial intelligence? The difference is this. We're going to pick out, right now we're talking about, and Zishan, interrupt me if I'm talking out my butt, but we're talking about taking probably 5 or 6 of the key metrics and creating an AI score out of those. So what would a customer want? It's not what would an agent want, it's what would a customer want. Customer wants to feel, are they nice? Do people accept them? Am I going to feel comfortable when I meet them? That's what a customer is going to want to feel. They don't want to go, yeah, let's pick an agent that's a real ass that when they show up, I'm going to wish they had never met them, right? So that's a very natural thing that people are going to think. I want some, but how do you measure if somebody is seen by other customers as nice? So you can go, well, it's reviews like Yelp. Well, I don't know anybody who pays for Yelp ads anymore. Nobody trusts that stuff. Right? And then you get some wild wacko guy who writes a crazy review and you drop 3 points and it's because he's mentally disturbed, not because you were bad. So how do you actually create that? Well, if you think if there's a customer verification process that every time you do something significant with them, they're asked, not just out of 5, are they nice? Right? Oh, they're nice. But they're actually asked, were they on time? Did you feel comfortable? Now you're going to go to another level, which is, okay, so if they met 75 people and 2 of them booked a second meeting, that's going to be part of your AI score. And we're going to ask AI, so now watch the query. The query will be, we would like to analyze the appeal and the professional viability of an agent based on what is the customer's perception of them according to customer verification? How many customers want to see this agent more than once? And when calculating their score, we'd like you to take in place for 30% of their overall score. Are you listening to the query? For 30% of the overall score, we'd like you to analyze how many offers they wrote and how many they got accepted, because this implies the validity of their claim that they're a good negotiator. Incidentally, we'd like you to add on another point. If this agent claims that they're full-time, or an agent claims they're full-time, we'd like you to verify it based on an analysis of data that full-time means they're available more than 22 hours a week on their calendar. Now you see the importance of the calendar? And if they're available more than 22 hours a week, we'd like you to score them. And a 10 would be that they're available 40 hours or more a week. A 7 would be that they're 22 hours or more a week. We'd like their availability to contribute to 30% of their score, their negotiation to 30% of their score, their acceptance with customers to 20% of their score. Now you've programmed AI to go in and look at metric data that we're now processing by mathematical formulas, and you're now processing that data by artificial intelligence. That's the power of artificial intelligence. So we're going to set up, first of all, the schedule. You heard the video. The next piece is going to be the scoring. The scoring will be mechanical, kind of like Zillow. I think Zillow is really falling short. No offense to Rich Barton. I just think they're falling short on their scoring mechanism. I think Yelp's falling short because you just looked at me like, I don't use Yelp anymore. You get my point. When it came out, it was like, wow, right? They didn't keep up. And so the next piece is going to be artificial intelligence. So when we say to customers, we have AI certified agents, Zillow cannot make that claim. And Realtor.com cannot make that claim, and Homes.com cannot make that claim because they don't.
They don't give a consumer a choice to pick an agent.
No, it goes deeper than that, Doug. They don't have AI assessing the agent. They have mechanical formulas assessing the agent. Even if you go to Homes.com today and they pitch you to buy their area, it's based on how many did you sell in the last 24 months. It's a mechanical, mathematical calculation. It's not a perception. So we're going to promote agents all around the nation as the first AI certified agents in the history of real estate in America. It's a fantastic distinction. And so you'll actually get an AI certified badge up here. They'll be able to tap on the badge and see what it's based on. Super, super cool. You understanding where I'm going with this? So now when we say to the consumer, really find unique agents, it's completely different to HomeLight or Dave Ramsey. Because, well, they go to a Bible study and pay me $495 a month. No, they do this and this and this, and customers say, you get it, right? So the scoring piece is going to be a big part of this. So bottom line, we're talking about availability, we're talking about accessibility, we're talking about scoring, we're talking about giving you the power to present yourselves as a really unique agent. Why, Rachel, do you think that's important right now? Because they're going to have to freaking pay you. So the timing of it is so important. So as this comes out, people go, who is that agent? Love her hairdo, but when did she last sell a house? Now they're going to be able to find out. Now, it's going to take us 6 months to accumulate the data, but 6 months is, do you know how long it would take a major corporation to bring out this technology? And people go, oh, well, if you can do it, they can do it. No. You got to go to this manager and that manager, and Doug doesn't agree with Patrick, and Patrick doesn't agree with Stephanie, and Stephanie doesn't agree with Kathy, and he's trying to get a promotion, so he keeps quiet, and all of that stuff. I know Big Blue. Trust me, it's very difficult. And that's why you see companies like, I mean, Rich Barton's brilliant. He came up with this brilliant idea 10 years ago, but what really extraordinary new technology have they come up with since? Think of Steve Jobs. He came up with this extraordinary thing called an iPhone. How is the iPhone really different than before? There's features, you zap this and tap that, but essentially it's still an iPhone because Steve's gone. So this is extremely innovative. And what I'm hoping is that you guys will not only learn the app, but you'll use it to build your business better than ever before. That's our purpose. Last thing, and I promise I'll shut up. You see this at the bottom? It says My iCONNCT Jobs. So this is the delivery of the baby. We're not there yet. Please don't get confused. So you saw the ICA's view, and it was a little different to the agent's view. The customer's view is a little different again. And so we'll drive customers through the process I just explained so that customers genuinely search for real agents. Now, honestly, those who are digitally impaired will struggle with this. But I'm sorry, the world's going digital. I can't apologize for it. It's just happening, right? So the piece I want to share with you is this, the customer. So imagine here a third screen. This is the customer interface. Customers will come and they will look for agents. And they're going to look for all the things we've just described. When they look for agents on the map, they're going to see, go back to the black dots again, Zishan, on one of them real quick, would you? Or show me something there that illustrates what I'm saying. Go back to one of the maps with black dots, bro. You can even use Figma if you want to, that shows the pop-up. Do you have that Figma of the pop-up of the agent that I can show? I promise you this is the last thing, guys. It's exciting, isn't it? Are you guys excited? You like this? Are people dropping off because I'm boring, or are they still on? So I'm going to finish with this, I promise. Can you show me a Figma of the pop-up? I think it's like Celia Hernandez or something.
Yeah, let me try to open it.
I'm sure he hates it when I do this. But you start opening up our Figma.
I enjoy.
And
Paid by the hour, he's enjoying that.
but all the people who work for him are so sweet. There's a guy, Minan, who works for him. He's like just really wonderful people. So while he's finding that, what I want to show you is this. So my iCONNCT jobs. So what's going to happen is, what's going to happen is, he's just talking to his people. It's okay. So just listen to me, okay? My iCONNCT job. So the customer will come on and they will search for profiles and they'll find Dana in Carlsbad and they'll read through, right? And they'll go, wow, that sounds really, really cool. And they're going to go to your menu of services. Now, next month, I told you in the Warburton team, we're going to train you how to get ready for BRBC, and we're going to have a list of what we provide as buyer's agents. But the menu of services, we're not going to dictate to you. You're going to dictate to you. So you're going to go to your menu of services. Make no mistake here. You do not have to put in a price for anything. You put in what you want. We're going to break down the menu of services into like 20 or 25 top services that we all do. We show homes, we do valuations, we do in-home this and in-home that, right? All those things, right? We do disclosures, we do contracts, we do negotiation, blah, blah, blah. So it'll have all those menu of services, right? One of them will be, I'm a full service agent. One, I only do partial or whatever. So I'm going to talk about this in a minute. So he's going to the Figma files right now. So watch. So you have the menu of services. The customer now comes on, looks at you, reads about you. Wow, she's really cool in Carlsbad and she's got a place in Palm Springs. She's there all the time. Super, super cool. Look, honey, she's in Palm Springs right now because they see your dot. They read your menu of services and they see what you do after. Now, about me is just a description. They see your menu of services, what you actually do. They can even see in your score how well you do them. And based on your menu of services and the other things, they choose you. What did it say at the bottom of the screen? Assign a job. My job. They're now going to assign a job to you. So that you get this? You get this? So when they tip, yeah, when they tap that assign a job, that now opens the communication portal. You're going to get an alert on your phone that says, Jillian Rodriguez is trying to reach you by video. She's interested in looking at a property in Palm Springs. Do you want to talk to her? You then tap on camera on or camera off, just like a Zoom, and you're now in communication with that client. The security of the client is they haven't had to give you their telephone because they're sick of real estate agents calling them every 5 minutes. You don't know her number. She doesn't know your number. She's just reached out to you. You have a conversation. You conclude that conversation. She goes, I'd love to meet you. And you say, yeah, I can do it. I'd like to meet you. She taps a release button. Now you have all of her details. So the customer now has security. Think about it. This business is run in the future by customers, not by agents. And now that customer feels comfortable, they've assigned a job to you, right? Now, whatever you do, if you show up with a one-party show, a 5-party show, a 2-month show, it's your choice. So it gives complete sovereignty to you. What we want to do is capture thousands of people looking at homes and direct them to agents because we think agents, a lot of agents can't get on a flex team. And a lot of agents on flex teams want leads that aren't necessarily flex leads as well. That's exactly what we want to do. So just like an ICA assigns a lead, customers are going to be able to assign themselves to you. I just think that's extraordinarily cool. Does that excite anybody in this room?
Yeah.
Stays within the app and goes to you. You can take it out of the app, of course. But the whole idea is security. I know any app that I use, I want to know what are they getting and when are they getting it, and right? So by the way, just go back to that. Yeah. So do you see this here? So this is like an iteration of where we're going with the customer piece, right? And by the way, this entire process has been listed out in a 27-page utility patent with the United States government. So have a look right here. So do you see the difference? So when customers are going to go to the map in the future, they're going to say, show me agents in Palm Springs, and they'll get black dots like this, silhouettes. When they tap on that black dot, now understand the functionality you just saw is for the ICA view. So just put that out of your mind. They'll see a black dot. They'll tap on the black dot, and the black dot, we have this term, it's called right agent right now. That's the iCONNCT term. So a message will come up and say, hey, John Smith looks like he's a great agent. So far, he's not subscribed to the Right Agent Right Now program with iCONNCT. Would you like to select another iCONNCT agent? Yes. They tap the yes, it goes back to the map, and Lucy Hernandez pops up. So this is an iCONNCT subscribed agent. So now they see all these black dots, but she's decided to market herself. So she is now a subscribed agent that pops up. They'll be able to tap on her. They can see her scores, see all of her details, tap on communication, assign a job, and there you go.
Why have the black dots at all?
So it's a great question, because when you have an app like this, it's important to populate it with data. So we don't want to show, it's going to take a while to gather clients. We gather agents. We don't want anybody anywhere in America to go and go, there's no agents. We want them just to tap on and see, oh, no iCONNCT. Because we're going to give them a choice that if it's an area where there are no iCONNCT agents, would you like us to contact this agent and ask them if they'd like to be a right agent right now? And then we'll go back to the ICAs. The ICA.
Because then the consumer can then go, hey, let's get them involved in this. I'd like to use this program. This agent's not subscribing. Now you just got another subscriber.
Exactly right.
How do you populate that? Is there a database you pull?
We have a database we've pulled them from. We're actually filtering the data right now. So we're filtering out all personal information. So it was the agent, right? So it will show the agent's name, the agent's city, and the agent's office. No phone number, no email, no personal data, blah, blah, blah. And their dot will be based on their city, not on their personal residence, where their office is.
But
Yeah.
we don't want the consumer to take that name, that full name, put that in Google Palm Springs. It should just say Doug B.
So look, yeah. So there's like an up and down for both sides.
Name and you don't give them the full name.
Did you hear that, Zishan? So that's a ticket item right there. That's a
Yeah.
ticket item.
Yeah. I'm listening. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Can you raise a ticket, Z, that on the customer facing, that the pop-up shows first name and first initial of last name?
Okay.
All right. So look, I could go on all day and all night about what's coming. Any other questions, and we'll wrap up and let you go. Anybody excited about this?
Yes.
It's really super cool, isn't it? So Rachel's got a question.
Not a question, but something I was playing with. If you go into your lead and you make a comment or a note through iCONNCT, and then it goes directly into Lofty.
Yeah.
It does go directly into Zillow also, and it clears your update due. So
Jeez, Louise, I didn't even know
yeah,
that.
I just did that right now.
Did everybody hear that? So listen to Rachel. Listen.
So
This
you-
is, by the way, this is typical Rachel. Absolutely typical.
So if you go into your lead, your particular lead, and you make a comment in or a note in iConnect, it automatically puts that note into Lofty and into Zillow, and it clears it, your update for that client. Yeah. So do you think that you could add a filter in iConnect where we could see updates due? Or do you think we would need to still go through our Zillow, see which clients need updates?
So here's the answer to the question from an engineering point of view. So if updates due were somehow transmitted to Lofty, yes. If it's not, no.
That's cool. We can do it all in one.
No kidding. No kidding.
See that stat?
See what status? The update due, that's what she's asking.
So you just have to filter by stat.
No, because update due could be any status. But the updates, I mean, we've all struggled with it. We have 6,000 overdue updates right now, right? And they catch up on you really fast. So what you just said is hugely significant.
But from what you said at last week's meeting, if we are changing our statuses in Zillow, like I have a lot less updates due because my
Yes.
nurtures are now under nurture and
Yes.
you don't get that update. So it's not like we've got 100 updates due every week like we
Yeah.
did before.
Yeah.
So if we're being honest with our statuses in Zillow, then we won't have as many
Exactly.
updates. We're not so
Exactly.
underwater.
Exactly. Guys, this was absolutely fabulous. Did Kathy talk about month end? It's coming up. You know, we've got the long holiday weekend. Let's just nail it. You know about the $50 and $200. Get yourself $200 cash. Let's have a strong month end close. It's been very strong so far, so let's close it out strong. And we'll keep you updated, all right? Yes, Anthony, last question. Yeah. So all of the scores right now are just pre-programmed because the scoring function isn't working. It will be just in a matter of weeks, but it's not. It's, yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Everybody, thank you. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Okay.